What's up, peeps? It's your girl Danny, and I'm back with another video. What is up, guys? So today I will be talking about my graduation. For you all that don't know, I actually was supposed to walk across the stage on May 8th, 2020. I actually graduated from college with my associate's degree in human services / social work in 2019. But this was supposed to be my big day, okay? But because the coronavirus kind of interfered with so many things, unfortunately that day for the graduation did not go through. But hopefully our college is still planning a day where we can, be honored for our hard work. Today I just want to let you guys kind of know the background of college. I won't even say my education because it's not my, that'll be so boring. Like, I'm not even gonna do y'all like that. But like I guess like story time. Just give you a story time of like everything that I kind of experienced in college. This story time is not whatsoever to um talk about anybody or talk about anybody's character. I'm not mentioning any names in the story time, but this is just to honestly tell you what, I experienced in college and what I had to go through to basically get to where I'm at now. First, I want to start off by saying when I first graduated high school in 2015, I won't say what high school I graduated from. Certain stuff in this will be confidential, but I graduated high school in 2015. Was I 19, 18? I don't know. I was 18 or 19 though. I just was pretty much lost in life when I graduated high school because, and I always tell my mom, like, I felt like, I really didn't have anybody to, excuse me, look up to, like no role models. It was just like I was pretty much in a world by myself. I don't think anybody knew that I was in such a lonely place, and I just didn't know my purpose in life. So just with me graduating and going to college, it wasn't something that I really wanted to do. But with the mother that I had, she was so adamant on her children becoming something in life, and she made me go to college. And I know a lot of black parents are like this. They're like, okay, you either gonna work or you're gonna go to college. So when I first started off, I did general transfer studies. I didn't know a major that I wanted to take up. It was just like I was so confused about everything. I'm like the all of the college terminology and everything, like I just did not know what I was doing. And I'm like, Lord, what am I here for? Every time I would go to the academic advisors, it's just like they didn't make it easier because they didn't break everything down to the extent that I felt like they should have. It was just going into a whole new environment just versus high school. It's just more, I guess, fast paced. It's more of an independent environment. You just pretty much doing everything on your own. So it was just all a matter of me adjusting to everything. But I really hated it. I really did not like it. And like I said, because I didn't have that purpose driven life, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So I took up general transfer studies. I didn't like my teachers a lot of times. I'm not gonna lie, I skipped class a lot. My mama eventually found out, and this how it happened. My report cards started being sent to her home. Okay, and I didn't even know they did this in college. I'm like, I'm grown. They ain't gonna share my grades with her, honey. No, they sent my report card home, and she opened it up because she's nosy, honey, and she looked all up and through my grades, and just I'm gonna let you know they were horrible. Okay, it was just an embarrassment to my lineage, my family background. Like, I don't even know. It was a humiliation. And my mom was very upset about that. So, it was just horrible. But even after her getting into my behind and tagging into my behind and telling me, hey, you need to get up on your A game, it was just like I still didn't have that motivation inside of me and that drive and that passion, because I still and yet didn't know what my purpose was. And I think that's what a lot of parents need to realize. You can force your kids to go to college and you can want them to be something all their life, but what do they want to be? Do they want to be something? And if they don't have that drive and if they don't have that passion inside of them, then they're not going to do what you want them to do. So like I said, I would skip class. I just want to go to class. Sometimes I go get stuff to eat. Sometimes I hang out with my boyfriend. I'm not gonna lie. I just really did really stupid stuff. I did really, really ignorant stuff. And this is not a video to encourage you guys to do the same thing. This is to encourage you to do better. Don't do that. Take your education seriously, because I had to learn the hard way. By me doing dumb stuff, and also dealing with other personal things that kind of affected my grades, which I won't go too deep into. I had to end up doing an appeal one semester, and nobody knows this. I'm gonna just put it out there. One semester, because I was receiving financial aid, I had to pay for school out of pocket, and that was $600. $600 because I wanted to waste time. $600 because I wanted to play with my education. And I think that's what a lot of people fail to realize. You can go to school for free, but you just have to take your education seriously. They will give you scholarships, they will give you grants, you can even pull out loans. But if you're not on top of your A game, and if you're not getting those grades that you need to get, you're not going to get anything but academic probation. And I almost got kicked out of college, and if I would have did that, like, I would have got in really, really big trouble. So it was pretty much crunch time for me. Like, I had to figure out something, like, you know, if I don't got college, I ain't got nothing else. I have to find something that suits me. So during that time, and I really feel like God was with me, I wrote up an appeal. I sent it to the committee. So after I wrote that appeal, I also decided to change my major, because I'm like, okay, my interest is not in just general transfer, just to transfer to something else. What can I major in? What would, I guess, get me in tuned into college? What would just spark my interest? Because I'm that type of person, like, I get bored really fast. So I needed something to really spark my interest. And God really put it in my spirit to go into the human service field. So that's basically like a branch of social work. So I changed my major over to human services. And starting off there, I met a great professor. I won't say his name because I don't want to get in trouble. But that was my favorite professor in college. You probably know who I'm talking about. He was once over the human service department. And I just really vibe with him. He just gave us a better understanding of the social work field. He was very passionate about his role in the college. And I met so many great classmates and peers, that it was just awesome. It was an awesome experience for me. And I also noticed that my grades began to improve. So that was just a sign for me that this was my calling, this was my purpose. During I guess my first few years of studying human services, I was traveling from home to home. I really didn't have a place to stay. Um, I was having a lot of issues with my family, and that definitely, it kind of affected my work. It really did. It did affect my work. And basically, I just I tried to kill myself. Like, I tried to commit suicide, and that was like one of the worst experiences in my life. But something I always say is, if God didn't want me here, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. And I think it's the reason I'm here. And I think, you never know, maybe that experience was just to relate to people more within the social work field, to deal with people that was struggling with mental illnesses. I could relate to people because of what I experienced. And God really, He took me through that. He got me through it, and I persevered. It was so many people that said I wouldn't finish college. It was so many family members that, I'm not going to say no names, so many family members that were praying praying on my downfall. They wanted me. They wanted me to fail. Do you hear me? They wanted me to fail, baby. But I'm going to tell you just like this. But God, what the devil meant for my bad, God meant it for my good. So everything that I experienced, I definitely believe that is shaping me into the person that He desires me to be. And I thank you so much. The people that even discouraged me, I thank you, because it it gave me, it put fire under my feet. Honestly, it made me even more um determined. No hate. It's just all love. My last few years in the human service field, studying it, was amazing. I met some amazing people. I got to travel out of state to Tennessee State University, where they have a great social work program. Um, it was a great experience. I joined many clubs at my school, and I networked with so many people. I got to travel different places. I volunteered in so many different events. I also won awards. I won a scholarship, which is one of my biggest awards. I won the Jeanette E. Kimbrough Scholarship in 2000 and I think 18. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I won a Jeanette E. Kimbrough Scholarship, and I was just so honored to receive that because, like I said, starting off in college, my grades were horrible. I did horrible, but my professor put in a good word for me when it came to that scholarship, and he said that he felt like I was a great candidate for that scholarship. So I was just so honored, and I was just so amazed that somebody would feel that way about me. So yeah, the last year of my college experience, I always say it's my hardest. Um, it was this teacher, and I stayed like really, 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 really far away at this time. Like I stayed miles and miles away from my school. And I tried to explain it to this particular lady, and this lady did not take an interest in my situation. Like, I was on public transportation where I had to catch the bus a lot of times, like 10, 11 o'clock at night in bad neighborhoods, where people would be killed and stuff like that. And just, I would have to really, really work hard. That last year, it was hard for me. And I did try to explain it to her, but I remember I missed a couple of days. I won't say a lot, but I did miss a couple of days. And I remember her just embarrassing me in front of the class. And what I was really tempted to do, I was really tempted to report her. But after I talked to her, I know that deep down in her spirit, she felt very horrible for the actions that she displayed in her unprofessionalism. It was very blatant. So I know she was very embarrassed about her behavior because it was very, very ugly, and it displayed who she was as a person. Um, but she definitely embarrassed me in front of the class. She said all type of stuff, and she just pretty much spoke on stuff she knew nothing about. She knew nothing about my struggle. She knew nothing about what I was going through, how I had to catch the bus at night. Many times I had to leave class early because I was scared. I didn't want to get in it. A lot of times the buses stopped running at a certain time. Like, I was really scared for myself and my safety. Like, people would go missing. A lot of girls would get raped that night and go missing and stuff. And I remember one time I had left class early, and you know, I almost cried when I left class, and one of the students seen me, and he told the women in the class as I was leaving, and I got out to the parking lot and I was about to catch the bus home. It was about 10 o'clock at night because I had a night class. That's why I left so early. But it was about 10 o'clock at night, and he told the women, he said, I don't feel good about her catching a bus all the way down to the city where she stay. And he was telling them to go out there and get me. And they was just telling me how much, and these was people that wasn't even a part of my family. Like, these people were telling me that they loved me, that they cared about me, like, and that's love, that's respect. Like, seriously, they was telling me that they loved me, they cared about me, they didn't want anything to happen to me. And he was the one that orchestrated it, that young gentleman. He was the one that said, you know, he seen that I was about to cry when I had left, because I was at the point, like, yeah, I was about to break. I would work, go to school from sun up to sundown, 5 o'clock in the morning, all the way until 10 o'clock at night, every single day. So when somebody try to tell me or try to downplay my achievements, you can miss me with it. You know, those people, they just, they really were a big part of my success. And I really appreciate you guys. If you end up watching this video, you know, I won't ever forget what you did. And I really wish many, many, many blessings over your life. Because my own family, a lot of times, didn't even do stuff for me like that. In the process, I got sick. I ended up getting acute bronchitis. My asthma started bothering me to the point I almost had asthma attacks, and I had to be hospitalized for a little. I had to go to the hospital one day and get a breathing treatment, because like it was horrible. Like I was coughing for weeks and weeks and weeks. And the intern place that I worked at, my internship, my manager, he ended up saying something. I was so embarrassed, because you know, when you coughing and stuff, you don't want to get people sick, but I make sure I cover my mouth and stuff. And he was like, you might want to get that checked out, because you've been coughing for about 2 weeks straight. And my body was exhausted. I was tired. I was tired. And I didn't know that. I definitely went to the doctor, and they gave me medicine. They gave me steroids. They gave me a breathing treatment. Even with that, you know, I said I wasn't going to give up, because I felt like that was a trap of the enemy. Like, he didn't want me to finish college. Like, that last year, what's the odds of me getting this bronchitis and stuff? You know what I'm saying? And excuse me, I hope I'm not getting it again. What's the odds of me getting this stuff when I'm about to finish college? You know what I'm saying? And I remember my sister telling me, she's like, Danielle, you really need to rest, like, because you can't keep going out there and you got that stuff in your system. You're not going to heal. You're going to have to be on bed rest. I'm just like, I cannot afford to. Like, I literally, y'all, had a calendar. Every day I wrote down every assignment I had to do, the time I had to do it, when I had to go to my internship, when I had to clock in for work. I didn't have time for nothing. Nothing at all. I didn't have time for no type of games. Like, it was crunch time for me that last year. I grinded like it wasn't nothing. Even when I was sick, I did not stop. And I think that shows a lot about my character. I persevered, but I cannot say that I did it without God. Like, if it wasn't for the grace of God, I wouldn't have made it. I really wouldn't have, because even with me being sick, I was still going out and I was still working, because I couldn't afford to miss no days. And if I did, I would have failed. I wouldn't have graduated. And that was another thing that teacher was complaining about me missing days. I was sick, you know. I was tired. I was exhausted, and she didn't know that. But I feel like it was something I should have explained to her, but I tried to. And she didn't want to listen. She was just so aggressive. Oh, the enemy tried to stop me. I'm telling you. And when he know you're going somewhere, y'all, he would try to stop you. That lady didn't want me to graduate. She really wanted to give me an F in that class, and I came out with an A. Girl, what I'm getting an F for missing 2 or 3 days? No, ma'am. And it wasn't even back to back. It was like every other week. You know what I'm saying? I made it through. I got my degree. I'm happy. And I'm just blessed. But I'm going to end this video by letting you guys know, despite everything that you go through, when you're getting closer and closer to your blessing, you're going to see more obstacles come your way. And that doesn't mean, oh, I got to give up, I'm about to fold. Don't fold. Whatever you do, don't fold. Continue to grind, because you're about to reach that breakthrough that God has set in place for you. So that's all I want to say. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, be sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not. Be blessed.